Miss Tasha Rain, you are suing Miss Harmony Blue for $2,500 in damages you say she caused you due to copyright infringement.
I have been a singer and songwriter for about 15 years. I actually met Harmony through an ex, or basically both of our exes. His name is Jamal. He had texted me, "No more wasting time. I finally had enough." And next thing I know, that lyric actually ended up in a song by another artist who happened to be Harmony.
I got inspired and people liked my inspiration of the song and it worked.
So you're saying you didn't steal any lyrics from her?
No, I did not steal her lyrics.
For the first time, we're bringing justice to you. Your location is the courtroom, and the truth has nowhere to hide.
That tells me all I need to know. I understand you don't like each other. I don't care.
Judge Faith, a former criminal prosecutor, legal analyst, and now creator of the first courtroom where justice has no walls, filters, or boundaries. Only truth. Virtual Justice with Judge Faith.
You're watching a special 2-week preview of Virtual Justice with Judge Faith. Want access to brand new cases and weekly live discussions with me? Stick around. I'll tell you how. Miss Tasha Rain,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are suing Miss Harmony Blue
Yes, Your Honor.
for $2,500 in damages you say she caused you due to copyright infringement.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
I understand that you are both artists in the R&B genre.
Yes.
Am I
Well,
correct?
Your Honor, it
Okay, give me
depends
some
on what you
background, Miss
consider
Rain.
an
Okay.
artist. I have been doing this for years as a songwriter, and she's a TikTok star, just to be
I
honest.
am an R&B artist, just like you said, Your Honor. Thank you.
Miss Rain, why don't you give me some background on your career and how you know Miss Blue and what brought you to bring this lawsuit today? Why don't we start with the background first?
Okay, so I have been a singer and songwriter for about 15 years. And how I actually met Harmony was through an ex, or basically both of our exes. His name is Jamal. Um, I dated Jamal for about 5 years. And so with him, I guess you can kind of say I was like his emotional muse whenever it came down to songwriting. I mean, we actually met an open mic. And
Mhm.
within less than a month, like you could catch me barefoot, just bellowing out rhymes. He would just play beats and music. And one thing that I found like earlier on or during that process is that I would come up with different hooks in the car. And then next thing I know, my lyrics would be used into another song to another artist, and there would be no credit to me. And once I
Are you saying
realized
this was from Jamal doing
this is from
this? Not
Jamal,
Harmony. Okay.
not Harmony, not yet, but I'll
Mhm.
tell you how Harmony came into play. So that was the basis of our relationship. And once we figured out like this wasn't going to work, it was actually ended via a text, but we can get to that in a moment. Um, we decided to still work together because, again, my heart is in music. My love is in music. The very essence of me is music. And so I met Harmony at a writing camp. It was in the summer. And although there was kind of like some tension at first because she dated Jamal as well, we realized like music was our common thread and we just instantly clicked. And
Now, I'm
we
gonna stop you there for a second, Miss Rain. Is that true, Miss Blue? And I'm assuming Harmony Blue is your stage name?
Yes, it is. You can call me Harmony. That's fine. I go by Harmony, but I do consider myself, yes, I did blow up on TikTok, but that is because I am talented and people like me and I make great music. And, I did meet her. She's correct at the songwriting camp that Jamal invited me to. It was technically after we broke up. So I was kind of apprehensive about going, but I figured, because I'm taking my music seriously and he knows a lot of great songwriters, that this would be a really great camp for me to be a part of. And so, yeah, I met Sasha there. And initially, I kind of knew who she was because I knew that he had a girlfriend for a long time prior to me, but I had not actually met her or seen her. But I knew she was talented. So I was open to working with her. And I thought, it could be something cool. So I took a shot with it. And apparently now here we are. But it was good at first.
and Your Honor, I
Mhm.
just wanted to highlight one thing that Harmony just stated. I am a songwriter. So just I know that that's something that we're talking about infringement here. And, you can't necessarily have lyrics or a song without a songwriter. That's all I wanted to say, Your Honor.
And I'm a songwriter too. That's why I was invited to the camp. So we wrote the songs together. That's what a camp for writing is all about.
Okay, and so I'm clear, Mr. Jamal Rivers is a music producer.
Yes.
The two of you meet at this writing camp because this lawsuit is over copyright infringement. So this isn't a case where we're talking about a relationship with best buds. The two of you met really doing work.
Exactly.
Now, tell me about the song you say. This is your lawsuit, Miss Rain. So tell me about what happened and how you say Miss Harmony ended up stealing from you.
Okay. So, I was just discussing with her. This is around the time that Jamal and I had actually said that we were just going to call it quits. He had texted me, and basically the text read, "No more wasting time. I finally had enough." And I remember staying at that line for a while. And next thing I know, the song or that lyric actually ended up in a song by another artist who happened to be Harmony. And when I actually brought it to her attention, um, she didn't see any reason as to why I should get credit or any type of payment. Mind you, the song blew up.
Hold on a second, Miss Rain. How does Harmony know that that's what Mr. Jamal texted you? Did you share it with her?
Yes, I shared it with her.
Coming up,
Why do you say that you don't owe her any credit for the hook of this song?
Well, because a hook is not a song. This is just something you showed me as a breakup from your boyfriend, and you didn't even make the song. You just showed me a text message from Jamal.
All the inspiration appears to be coming from one side, going to the other.
Exactly.
How does Harmony know that that's what Mr. Jamal texted you? Did you share it with her?
Yes, I shared it with her.
Okay, so that's the big part that you left out. Hold on a second.
Okay.
So you're saying that Jamal sends you this text message and you submitted this text message in evidence, right?
Yes.
So this is a text from Jamal to you. Hey, Tasha, we need to talk. You respond, what's going on? Is everything okay? He responds, I just think we're in different places right now. You know, I care about you. No more wasting time. I finally had enough. It's like we're just stuck. And then the conversation continues from there. But that lyric, no more wasting time, I finally had enough. That lyric ends up in a song by Harmony, and you're saying you shared this text, not Jamal, shared this text with Harmony?
I shared the text message because we have been communicating in the writing camp. And I told her I came up with the song and I wanted to pitch it to some artists. Then next thing I know, the song is out there. No, nothing was brought to my attention. No credit was given to
Okay.
me, and I sure as heck didn't receive any type of payment.
You said the song blew up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where and how?
Oh, the song was everywhere. It blew up on social media and then started hitting in the charts and I had no credit. And actually, I had other previous work that was on there. And I had a lot of her social media followers who had seen some of my stuff talking about I stole lyrics or I was biting off of her when the whole time everything originated from me. Even down to there was I even sent Harmony over a voice note of a hook that I had for the song.
Yeah, no, let's be honest. It originated from me. I built the house. You gave me a few little bricks. I used it as inspiration more than an actual song. If you really listen to the song, it's not the same one that we kind of discussed. It was a whole revamp of what, the original idea. Ideas are ideas. That's what you do at a songwriting camp. You throw around ideas so that people get inspired. I got inspired, and people liked my inspiration of the song, and it worked.
So you're saying you didn't steal any lyrics from her?
No, I did not steal her lyrics. I was inspired by her.
You submitted an audio clip of the song for me to hear, Miss Rain.
I
I
did.
want to take a listen to the audio clip now.
Everything was alright, babe. It's like when your homeboys pull up, you start to switch up. No more wasting time. I finally had enough.
Interesting. They are the exact words from the text message that Jamal sent her. No more wasting time. I finally had enough. And the two of you were in this writing camp together. So I know you're using the word inspiration, but it's a quote essentially from the text. So why do you say that you don't owe her any credit for the hook of this song?
Well, because a hook is not a song. A hook is just a hook. And when it comes down to it, it wasn't anything that she pretty much put down as like, this is my song and I'm writing this song based off of this text message. She showed it to me. So I guess it was just in my mind when I went into the session, with Jamal, and I threw it out there. We ran with that and I was like, this is good. I don't even remember the fact that she showed me this text message that I guess sparked this thought, but it was a great thought. But if you wanted to record it, I felt like then you should have done it, made it your hook and made it your song. But it was not as if you sat there and you did it with us. It wasn't as if you told me this is going to be the hook. This is just something you showed me as a breakup from your boyfriend. And I mean, what that's supposed to now mean that I made your song? You didn't even make the song. You just showed me a text message from Jamal.
Well, you just said something, and I want to be clear about this. You and Jamal recorded this song together, so he's the producer of the song?
Well, we did work on it together, yes. So, yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't say he gave me, the whole structure either. Once again, I feel like
Mhm.
I have, as an artist, gone into so many writing camps and I've taken inspirations from so many people and I put together my own house. I've just taken a couple bricks from other people. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. That's what most artists do.
Let me hear the voice memo that you say you sent to Harmony.
Hey, Harmony, it's Tasha. So, this is just a voice note idea I've been sitting with for a minute. I wrote it right after everything ended with Jamal. I couldn't sleep, and this melody just came to me in the dark. It's called Night's Edge, because that's where I was when I wrote it. Just standing at the edge of what I thought was love and realizing I had to let go.
Hmm. So she sent you a voice note about a song she was inspired to write, Night's Edge. And what's the name of your song, Harmony?
Edge of Us.
Hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of similarities in the words and the messages, and all the inspiration appears to be coming from one side, going to the other.
Exactly.
If this moment had you talking to the screen, wait until you see the rest of the cases. On my virtual justice channel, I go live every week to break it all down and share brand new episodes. Scan the code now to join me.
Coming up,
Not being an artist, not being in the industry, I thought I'd ask someone who knows this world. He is a National R&B Hall of Fame inductee. His name is Kenny Lattimore. And full disclosure, he also happens to be my husband.
Anything given in contribution to a musical creation has to be credited. It can be the smallest thing. They become a part of that creation. They become a part of the collaboration.
I mean, there are a lot of similarities in the words and the messages, and all the inspiration appears to be coming from one side, going to the other.
Exactly. And Your Honor, she makes a statement saying that, I gave her the bricks and she built the house, but you can have bricks and not a house, but you can't have a house without a brick. So let's talk about it.
That was nice, sweetie.
Well,
House
that's
and
the
And I
reason why I am a
understand
songwriter, sweetie.
I understand that you actually, Miss Rain, asked Mr. Jamal to come to court today, and he initially said that he would come and testify.
Yes.
But as of now, in the middle of this case, he has not shown up to court yet. My staff has reached out to him, and we have requested a statement, but I'm not sure that we'll need it. But if he shows up to give a statement, we'll take it. But in the meantime, because this is the issue of copyright and music, I understand copyright law, but not being an artist, not being in the industry, I thought I'd ask someone who knows this world and this genre and is a lot more familiar with it than me. He is a National R&B Hall of Fame inductee. He's a Grammy-nominated R&B icon, a very well-known singer, songwriter. He's known for timeless ballads. He has a deep respect for artistry and unwavering commitment to authentic storytelling through music. His name is Kenny Lattimore. Mr. Lattimore, I'm going to ask you to join us now. And full disclosure, he also happens to be my husband. So,
How are
so here we
you?
are.
Thank you,
Kenny, how are
Judge.
you? Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're at work in Atlanta today, Kenny, filming a movie, but you took time away from set. I wanted you to listen to this case because I know from you putting out albums and records and songs how much writing is such a big part of what you do
Yes.
and how much time you spend crediting every writer in the songs that you release. Have you had an opportunity to hear the testimony today from Miss Rain? She's accusing Harmony of stealing these lyrics, not crediting her, and she's suing her for a monetary judgment as a result of it. And I
Yes.
would love to hear your professional opinion about what's happened.
It's interesting because anything that is given in contribution to a musical creation has to be credited. It can be the smallest thing. There are people that have gotten sued because their song sounded like something else. But I think the thing that's been overwhelming is that there has been somewhat of an admission that there was some kind of inspiration from this lyric. And if you're ever in a writing room with a writer, you have to be very careful. If you have someone that is sitting on a sofa in a room and you don't think they're giving very much, but they give a couple of words to a song and it changes the direction that the recording goes in, they become a part of that creation. They become a part of the collaboration. So having words, having melodies, bits and pieces that inspire the next thing, that means that you've been a part of that song and you become a collaborator. So you have to be very careful when you're creating because disputes like this take place all the time where we have to, as creatives, get to a point where we understand that everything is to be credited and copyrighted, even down to a text message, because a text message now, you can use text messages as legal documents.
So, as I understand it, if you use somebody's exact text message in a song, and this was a person that you had previously worked with
Yes.
and writing with, in your professional opinion, you would give that person credit for that lyric?
Absolutely. We can discuss how much that is valued at. It's not like you have to give them, this is half the song. So I do understand that argument too, that, okay, this may have inspired me, but do I give them half the song? And it's very interesting because in some cases, it depends. If you have a hit song, is only in a small portion of songs. I've done this personally. Sometimes people demand almost half of the royalties. You may be able to negotiate smaller rates, but you have to be very, very careful.
So, when it comes to Harmony saying that she was inspired by the conversation she had with Miss Rain and the lyrics, you're saying that there's a professional responsibility to give her some credit. So, when it comes to Harmony saying that she was inspired by the conversation she had with Miss Rain and the lyrics, you're saying that there's a professional responsibility to give her some credit.
Absolutely, there's a responsibility just from that admission, because what happens is, if you ended up in court over this, they're going to.
Well,
Well,
they
no,
are
you
in
are
court.
in court. You are in court over this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so strike that because you are in court about this coming to court uh, to dispute something like this, you're going to get into copyright laws. And when you have different elements that inspire the next element, it is a part of collaboration and part of the creation. So, absolutely, I think that uh, the plaintiff is in right for at least investigating this.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kenny. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let you go back to filming
It's
your
my
movie. I'll see
pleasure.
you at home later.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
You're watching a 2-week preview of Virtual Justice with Judge Faith. The full season continues on my Fireside channel with brand new cases, shocking verdicts, and weekly live Q&As with me. Don't miss it. Subscribe now. as soon as I saw this case on my docket, I really wanted Kenny to come in because he's been doing this for 25 years, and I know how seriously he takes the songwriting aspect of it and giving people credit. And Harmony, he listened to the case. And because when I looked at the lyric, I thought these are pretty common words and anyone could possibly say them. But it's a very different situation when Miss Rain is a fellow artist. She shared these words with you. The two of you were in a songwriting camp, all of the circumstances, and she's only suing you for $2,500. It sounds like it could be a lot more because royalties are ongoing.
Hello?
This is money that you continue to make as you continue to earn from this song. So, Miss Rain, my judgment is for you in this case in the amount of $2,500. But in the future, you have to think about suing for a percentage of royalties down the road when you believe somebody has wrongfully infringed and copied work that belongs to you. And Harmony, I just think you're young, you're new in the industry, you don't have a lot of experience, but this is a lesson that you can learn and take from this and grow as an artist. When you're inspired by other artists and they make a claim to you that this work was inspired by them, you absolutely must hear them out and be fair with the people that you work with. You don't want people to not want to work with you because you're known in the industry as somebody who steals lyrics and steals content and doesn't credit people. So my judgment in this case is for Miss Rain in the amount of $2,500. Good luck to both of you in your careers.
Thank you, Your Honor, for supporting real artists.
Well, thanks. I guess lesson learned here, and probably won't work with Tasha anymore, but look to hear from me. I'll have new music coming out soon.
Sure.